Hey everyone, I'm very happy to be here. It's Dan Mangena here, Dreamer CEO. I'm very excited to talk to you about the idea of why I tell people to stop meditating. I'm going to give people a chance to join us here live. I would also, I can post somewhere else as well. I'd love to do that. I would also like to I'd also like to give you guys a reminder that you can join my completely free Facebook group, the Dream with Dan group. I put the link in the description. I've got a cool gift for you guys today. We're going to be unpacking how to demystify the mystical and bring more abundance into our life in grace and ease. I want to thank everyone that continues to support the Beyond Magic show and join us here live. And those of you who've been sharing, I really freaking appreciate you. Love you guys. So with that note, who grabbed last week's gift and what have you been doing with it? And who did their homework from week 1, our first show? We're on show number 3 now. Who did the homework? Who did the homework? I'd love to know how you're getting on with that. Thank you to everyone tuning in and hopping in the comments. It means the world to me. If you find that this show and its content serves you, share it with someone who it might serve too. Yay! That way, more people get to have this yumminess in their life. So, without further ado, shall we get into it? Shall we start seeing how this works? So, we've looked at a few ideas over the last few weeks, a few of my crazy ideas. And one of them that has been most powerful for people, even beyond the micro shifts that we spoke about in week 1, is the idea of the flow funnel, which is a model that I created over the course of around 8 years. And what the flow funnel does is it allows us to start developing a relationship with the different aspects of ourself and speaking the language of those different aspects of ourselves so that we can start to create what we actually want in our life. As I said last week, as I alluded to, and something that I'm going to be going more deeply into over the weeks ahead, is that we are always creating, always. We don't always consciously desire what we've been creating, but that doesn't stop the fact that we are actually the one doing the creating. And as we saw last week, sometimes that creative process brings us to the manifestation of things that we don't really want at all. We can sometimes manifest some really sad things. But that doesn't take away from the power that we have to go ahead and create something else. And what I'm really passionate about is giving you guys the power to be able to step into your life with the power to create what you want, instead of continuing on these loops of creating what you don't want. Today, we're going to be looking at the idea of how stopping meditation can be a part of that, and how we can demystify the mystical and develop a relationship with the more energy-based aspects of ourselves that lead to more flow in our life creation, our reality creation. So I'd love to know in the comments who is a meditator, who does some form of meditation. I'm not going to be calling you out. I just want to see by show of hands, by show of comment of some kind. And that includes those of you who are doing this on the replay. I am going to come back and check all the comments and engage with some of you guys here. So yeah, if you're watching this on a replay, do let me know that you're watching it on a replay, where you're watching it from. And again, if this serves you, please do share. So who's a meditator? And the reason why I'd like to know who is a meditator is because I'd like to invite us to ask ourselves a question. I want every one of us to ask a question of ourselves. Why do we meditate? Why? Now, for some of us, we meditate because it feels good. For some of us, we meditate because meditation leads us to a particular state of being, a particular place. For some people, meditation has been a powerful part of their transformation, a powerful part of keeping their life together in some instances. Meditation can be a very powerful tool. However, the power of meditation can become a crutch that actually ends up disempowering our creative experience. And I'm going to touch on the reason why that's the case over the course of today. Just, you know, for those of you who are not familiar with these sessions, this is the Beyond Magic Show. I'm Daniel Mangena. I empower people to live more abundant, joyful, purpose-driven lives. We do this show every week. Please do come again. I'm excited to see how we can support you in living a more abundant, joyful, purpose-driven life. And I'm actually going to be doing a live visualization over the course of today, and also going to give you guys a gift. That's part and parcel of the show, something that we do every week, giving you a gift and presenting a visualization. Right now we're talking about meditation, and I'm asking you why you meditate. And the reason why I'm asking is because without a conscious connection to the reason why we do something, it becomes a little more challenging for us to develop a conscious outcome from that action. So if we're not going into our meditation with clarity in the purpose of that meditation, then we lose the opportunity to actually direct the power of that becoming something that allows us to experience more of what we want. In fact, what ends up happening is what happens at the mental level also, something that we're going to talk about in the weeks ahead. What actually happens is we end up simply allowing our meditation to become a tool of the very aspects of ourselves that have been creating what we don't want anyway. I'm going to say that again. Our meditation becomes a tool of the very aspects of ourselves that we're seeking transformation in the face of anyway. And by that, I mean our unconscious patterns, our unconscious programs, our unconscious mind. Because again, we are always creating. There is no part of our experience that's not happening as a result of our creation. The difference is sometimes that creation is happening at a conscious level, and sometimes it's happening at an unconscious level. And it's only by bringing consciousness, conscious awareness to the experience that it can be a conscious creation. Otherwise, it reverts to an unconscious creation. And if we look at our lives, which is a perfect reflection of what's going on at an unconscious level, we can ask ourselves, are my unconscious patterns giving me something that I actually want? And if the answer is no, then it's imperative that I bring a level of conscious awareness to my meditation practice at the beginning of it and the direction of its power. I said I'm going to talk about demystifying the mystical. Let's talk about something that we've all probably heard of in one way, shape or form, and that's this thing that they call vibration. Yeah, I'm raising my vibe, bro. Like I'm totally vibing, like a new vibe. I'm on a new frequency, you know. I've traveled to the fifth dimension and blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just unwrap that, decode it, and take it out of the BS box and put it on the table of clarity and truth. Vibration. What is it? What's a vibration? It's not a magical word. It's not something that somebody's using to make you come and buy another $3,000 coaching program to understand vibration, the frequency of frequencies within the vortex of the planet Gorgon. Vibration is just the measurable expression of our emotional state. What we're feeling becoming what we're being, measured in our energetic field. And that's the first point of expression of energy coming into physical matter. So when we're talking about creating our reality, we're talking about taking pure thought and making it a physical expression that relates to what we want versus our unconscious patterns, as I said. And once again, over the coming weeks and months, we're going to look at how we can direct that and make sure that our unconscious patterns don't run the show. So, dialing this back in, why is it so important to understand what frequency is, what vibration is, and not get caught up in the story that it's this magical, mystical, ethereal, esoteric thing? It's not. Guys, your vibration can get measured with technology. It's not this thing. You don't need to pay someone to do that. You can just you can direct your vibration just by directing your emotions, by directing how you feel. And when we do that, we set a new framework for creation. As I said, I'm taking you over time through my flow funnel model so that we can understand the different aspects of ourselves communicate more effectively with the different aspects of ourselves, and as a result, create more of what we want. And that's going to make more sense over time. But today, like I said, we're demystifying the mystical. Why is it so important then that we stop meditating? I didn't say don't meditate. I'm saying to meditate, but then to stop meditating and allow the meditation to actually do its work. Because we don't experience our physical reality in the space of meditation. We experience our physical reality when our eyes are open, having actually done our meditation. So what we need to do is move beyond just meditating and move into living and embodying our experience. The danger again, if we're unconscious in our meditation practice or any of our spiritual practices, then we're seeding that time spent in that practice with the energy of our unconscious programs, which is exactly what's been creating what we're moving away from, what we're transcending away from. And so, by bringing that conscious awareness to our spiritual practice, to our meditation, to our yoga, to our breath work, to our chanting, to our whatever, we're seeding it with a new frame, a new box, a new energy, a new direction. And that direction can be what we want instead of what we've always been getting. And then once we've done that, we take that yummy, juicy box of energy that we've created, we move it into our thoughts. We're going to look at that later, another time, and then into our actions, and then we get more of what we actually truly desire. So, I don't mean stop meditating as in stop the practice of meditating. I mean allow the meditation to do its work. Open up your eyes, go into your life, embodying that meditation. Having gone into the meditation itself, directing what we desire from it so that we can develop a symbiotic relationship with our practice so that it empowers us to live more abundant, joyful, purpose-driven lives. Moving on to a little bit more about this vibration thing, because one of my pet peeves is when people overcomplicate this stuff and make it, try and tie us in this illusion that it's not accessible and not something that can be a part of our experience in a practical way. And by that I mean giving us the illusion that it's something that we can't access in and of ourselves. This is what a lot of like cult leaders and stuff do. If you look at the history of religion and controlling the masses by not allowing them to have access to scripture. When you even look at the medieval times, for example, of the Catholic Church, where everything was in Latin, so the everyday man didn't have the ability to actually access the truth of scripture and experience it for themselves. It was controlled by people. And in the world of spirituality, the same thing is sadly happening again. There are those who are seeking to limit our access to this beautiful realm of creative, juicy yumminess by giving us these stories that it's not as simple as it is. How you feel, guys, your emotional state right now is setting the scene, setting the landscape for what you're going to experience. Over time, that'll make a bit more sense. But my invitation for you today is to step into more agency with how we feel, and in fact, to use our spiritual practice as the opportunity to develop a relationship with the energetic aspects of ourselves so that we can start to have dominion over that and express it in the direction of what we want. And by that, I mean feel the feelings that actually lead to the expression of what we desire, rather than unconsciously going into loops of feelings and emotion, which is going to be the vibration of what we don't want. Let's talk about vibration a little bit more in terms of universal law. There is a universal law called the law of vibration. Many of you know a derivative of that called the law of attraction. For many people that are into spirituality, we've done that because some of you watched that film, The Secret. And the film The Secret was great because it opened up people to the power of our internal environment being an expression of what we actually experience. But the law of attraction is not a primary universal law. In fact, it's a subsidiary law. The primary law that the law of attraction is actually a derivative of is the law of vibration. And what the law of vibration says is that I can only experience what I am a vibrational match to. I can only experience what I'm a vibrational match to. Now, if we start to overlay this with what we've spoken about already, what we're saying is my physical reality is limited to the expression of my vibration, or how I feel limits what I can witness and have in my reality. So by taking dominion over what we feel, and by that I mean sitting in the driver's seat, right, being the captain of our ship, being the pilot of our plane or spaceship, whichever one you want, starts to open us up to being able to experience more of what we desire, so long as what we feel aligns with what we desire. So the question becomes, how do we tie those two together? Well, we tie them together by making sure that we've deliberately created a relationship between what we're feeling and what we desire. Now, my gift for you today is my intention setting cheat sheet, and I'm going to pop the link in the chat towards the end of the video. But my intention setting cheat sheet actually takes you through 5 steps so that you can actually put together intentions that take this into effect, that allow you to develop a relationship vibrationally to that intention so that it can show up. Because for most of you, the reason why you're not getting what you desire is because you're not allowing yourself to feel the feelings associated with it. Now, when I say not allowing yourself, I know some people are going to get mad with me. They're going to say, what do you mean not allowing myself? It's not my fault that this is happening, and that happened, and this, that, and the other, and it's that person's fault. And, you know, I'm from the planet Gargos, and I'm here on Earth as a starseed, and I'm out of my skin, and blah, blah, blah. It's all poppycock, guys. You are the author and creator of your life, okay? You are the only one that has the say in what you feel. Now, other people can offer you the opportunity to feel something different. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours. It's your choice how you will respond to something. Not your choice as to what someone else does, but it's your choice in how you respond to it. As I said last week, I think, we can't control outcomes, but we do create, even if the point of creation is how we respond to something that's shown up for us. Some people quite literally are in physically disempowering situations or have been through traumatic experiences. But the power is in how we respond to them and how we choose to feel, how we choose to vibrate, what we choose to allow our frequency to be in the face of those experiences. I can't control what happens, but I can choose how I respond to what happens. I can't control what happens, but I can deliberately create the landscape against which any happening occurs. And as the law of vibration states, I can dictate what that landscape is by setting my vibration, because I can only experience what I am a vibrational match to. So how can we use our spiritual practice to more deliberately direct our creation? And again, this week's gift is my intention setting cheat sheet. I'm going to pop the link on that in the chat. Please do feel free to share the link with anyone that you feel will be served by it, as I invite you once again to share this video with anyone that will be served by it. I'm also consciously aware of the fact that the chat, the comments are popping off. So I will, after the visualization, take time for questions and feedback. So hold tight, guys. I will get to your comments in the chat. So the intention setting cheat sheet will empower you to start to develop a direct relationship between what we want to experience and the feelings or the vibration that relates to it. Let's put this in another analogy. Essentially, I love this analogy, by the way. It's one that came up this week, and I've used it in our group calls, my group calls for my coaching programs this week. And I can see a couple of the guys from my program here in the comments. Love you guys. So you're going to recognize this, but I want to share this with everyone too. Essentially, reality as a construct is like Netflix. Every single experience is a movie or a TV show or a comedy stand-up or whatever it is you like to watch on Netflix or Amazon Prime. Every single one of those experiences is just a movie. It's a selection. But we don't actually have those movies on our device or on our TV or on our phone. They're hosted in the cloud, With me so far? So the experience that we want, if I want a better relationship or a relationship full stop, if I want healing in my body, or if I want a particular financial situation, that is a movie that I can select. But we have the misconception that selecting the movie is about action. It's about strategy, doing more stuff, or even the practice itself, because it's not the practice itself. It's the emotional state that comes from spiritual practice that leads to the selection of the movie. So continue with the analogy. If I want love, and for me, and again, the cheat sheet's going to teach you how to do this, so I'm not going to labor the point. But for me, let's say love is about joy, freedom, excitement, connection, passion, and what have you. Then selecting the movie isn't anything more than being the emotional state of joy, freedom, passion, and connection. I don't remember the last one I said. By me being those emotional states, I automatically flick through, go through the search function, and select that movie. The download process, or the buffering process, then begins. You know, when on the screen it goes 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. That's the movie coming down on my device for me to be able to watch it. Or if we're talking about our reality, for me to be able to witness it. That's the love coming to me, but it starts with the selection. And the selection happens through our vibration, because we can only experience what we're a vibrational match to. The movies that I'm able to select from, the movies that I'm going to watch that are my life, happen because I'm vibrating at the frequency of that movie. That's how we select. I actually had a call with someone today. I just got back on LinkedIn not too long ago, and I've been offering people the opportunity to just, have a chat with me, just so I can see where they're at. Not a sales call, quite literally, just having a chat with them and seeing where they're at. And there was a young man who I spoke to today. He says, probably my age, could even be older, but I call him a young man anyway. It was a young man who's just entered into a new business, and he was really frantically trying to understand how I built a successful business. He's like, well, how did you do it? And, what was your marketing strategy? And what was this and what was that? Those of you who don't know, I actually use the tools that I teach in order to build up a very successful coaching business in a short period of time. 6 figures in just a few short months, without the usual thing of webinars and DMs and big mailing list. To this day, I've probably got like 1,000-person emailing list. And yet my business does very decent 5 figures every month. So, the understanding and trying to get the strategy, he was like, but what do you put on your posts, and who's your business manager, and all of this stuff. And I reminded him that all of these things that he's trying to do are the last point, or the last thing on the to-do list, the last piece of the puzzle in terms of manifestation. The first point is choice of what I want, but the first active point on the journey is actually vibration, how I feel. So it's knowing what I want, knowing how I will feel when I've got what I want. Again, that'll make sense when you grab the cheat sheet. And then choosing to feel those emotions, selecting the movie, being the vibration, and allowing the power of universal law to bring that closer to me through selecting the movie, through our vibration. So oftentimes, we're like, what am I going to do? How am I going to make it work? What's my strategy? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? But if we're not vibing, bro, if we're not the vibration of what we want, then what we do doesn't matter. It's not going to hold. That's why there are people that have been working really hard and they're still broke. That's why there are people who've been going on a lot of dates and are still alone. People have been in a lot of relationships and haven't found love, because the vibration precedes the experience. Everything that we do only matters if we're vibrating at the frequency of what we want. And by that, I just mean feeling the feelings that we cognitively connect. I mean that we understand and know to be associated with that experience. We'll go down the rabbit hole on that a bit later when you guys have got to know me a bit more. But for today, this is where I want to bring you into. Understanding that meditation isn't the thing that causes the magic. It's how meditation affects your vibration that causes the magic, because it's the vibration that starts the ball rolling towards what we want to experience. And by getting that ball rolling, what we're actually doing is allowing ourselves to be supported in by the universe, by God, by source, by the divine, in having the thought quality, in removing the beliefs and the limiting other stuff, in being offered opportunities and guidance and support and direction and all that other good stuff in order to do it. Generally speaking, the miracles that can happen when we apply universal law happen because we're applying the universal law, not because we're understanding the universal law or got some tactic or strategy around the embodiment of it. It's us being it. So, going back to our analogy, what happens when we select the mover and it buffers? Well, some of us have got a firewall. Really funny. So I live down in Mexico, and there are some things that I like to watch online that are accessible only on American Netflix. So I use something called a VPN that allows me to tell my TV that I'm in America so that I can watch certain shows. But what happened yesterday was unwinding at the end of a long day. Me and the wife were sitting on the sofa, and it said, "Oh, sorry, you can't watch this because it's not available in your region." Oh, so I wasn't in position to receive. I wasn't in a place physically that allowed me to receive that which I'd selected. How does this happen in our lives? Well, we get so caught up in being busy, running around, that when we sat down to do our meditation and aligned ourselves with the vibration deliberately because we chose what we're going to feel, and we came out knowing that it's going to happen with a level of certainty, we get up and start running around looking for it. Oh, where is it? Where's my manifestation? Where is it? Where is it? And we run out of the way, and then we end up not actually being in position to receive. So there's another gift that comes from the magic of our spiritual practice. It's learning to be still enough and patient enough to receive our creation. Now, am I talking about sitting in your butt and not doing anything? No. But I can move with purpose, guided to taking actions that lead to the witnessing of my creation, or I can be busy running around because I don't believe it's coming. What I want to invite you to do as you're starting to develop this relationship with how you feel, which is what we're going to do in today's visualization, what we actually can start to do is start to feel where we're coming from. Where am I making this choice up from? Am I making it from fear? Am I making it from expansion? When I'm working with clients sometimes, a part of what we're doing is just bringing down the noise so that we can be quiet enough to hear the direction that's being offered to us to move in the direction of our intention. So, what can we do with our spiritual practice? What can we do to bring method to our magic? Can you see it? Method to our magic. What we can do is we can actually say, this is what I desire. And we can learn to be quiet enough to hear that that's coming from the heart. And that's something we'll speak about another time. I can learn to hear my intention from the heart and then allow my heart to reveal to me what emotions are related to that. What are the directions? What are the GPS coordinates? What is the name of that movie so that I can search for it on Netflix? Then we can get up and actually feel it. Not get up and, I meditate for 3 hours today and I go back to being a butthole. No, I get up choosing to hold that vibration, to hold that frequency, to keep the selection of that movie, rather than, because this is what we do sometimes, getting up, unconscious, going back into the program, and then, without being aware of it, selecting a different movie because we're vibrating at a different frequency and limiting ourselves to another selection of films, another selection of outcomes, another reality, other things. So instead of me going into my meditation, connecting to abundance, and coming out, going back into fear, being a different vibration because it's a different emotional state, selecting the scary movie, the horror movie when we wanted the romance, and then saying, oh my God, my meditation doesn't work. Look, this isn't what I meditated about, blah, 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 blah. No, we continue that connection, we continue that resonance, we continue to hold the frequency of that thing, and then go into our lives and actually, by holding it, maintain that container. A lot of what we're going to be talking about over the coming weeks is what we do with that container. But today, what we're talking about is, what is the container? And the container is the law of vibration. We box ourselves off, limit ourselves to possibilities, to outcomes, to opportunities, to realities, to expressions of reality that reflect what we desire. And then we put some stuff in that box, but we're going to talk about that going forward. So next week, we're going to talk about the firewall, he says. The firewall analogy. We're going to talk about certainty. We're going to talk about faith. We're going to talk about belief and some hacks around that. And we're going to also talk about how we can use our mind to support us in actually creating that, the maintenance of that resonance, the maintenance of that frequency, the maintenance of that vibration. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to take you into a visualization to empower you to connect with your inner guidance, to connect with stillness, to connect with hearing your soul and your heart, so that you can start to develop a relationship that allows you to choose your emotional state. Visualizations normally run about 10 to 12 minutes. The way that my visualizations tend to work is I'm going to take you into a state of trance. I'm going to do that through breath. Don't get overly caught up in what I'm saying. That's not what's important. What's important is that you're present enough to allow what I'm saying to reach you, just in your ears. So just to get yourself into a place where you can focus for the next sort of 10 to 12 minutes, not think too much, but just be, to listen to the sound of my voice and to allow yourself to be carried through that into an opportunity to connect with a new experience for yourself. If you're operating heavy machinery, looking after small humans, driving or any such thing, please don't do this now. Come back to it. We're about 35 minutes into the show. In fact, we are 32 minutes into the show. Here's a great place to come back to. And feel free to come back to this in the future too. I do have free resources, visualizations on my website, dreamwithdan.com. I haven't forgotten about the free gifts either. They'll be popped in the comments. But you can go to dreamwithdan.com and grab some free visualizations that I've created. And I've also got a visualization available on Google Store and iTunes called Free Your Gift, which is a really beautiful meditation about connecting to what you want to create. So for now, get yourselves ready to dive in, guys. I'm actually going to cover my eyes too so that I can tune in a little bit. Normally I turn off the camera when I'm doing these, but I can't turn off the camera today. When I ask you to breathe, I'm going to ask you to breathe in the following fashion, which is to breathe into your stomach. And you start to feel your stomach expand and allow the breath to come in and fill up your chest. Now, there's no wrong way to do this. It's not about the wrong or right. This is just a permission slip of sorts. What's important, as I said, is you allow yourself to be present enough to experience this and to just enjoy the ride. We'll be going again for about 10 to 12 minutes. And we're going to be tapping into the heart. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to cover my eyes and invite you to join me in this visualization. I invite you to come back to the present moment now. And by that, I mean just to allow the thoughts and cares of the day behind you or the day before you to fall away for just a short time as you invest time now to enter into an experience of connection to the aspects of you which dictate the manifestation of what you call your reality now. And you may follow my words and you may not, but what's important is that you allow yourself to be present here enough to experience the shape and the rhythm and the curve of my words as they invite you to open up and allow me to connect with you and in this space. Step into a co-created experience, an entanglement of expansion that allows you to step into more of yourself in grace and ease. Relax. And it doesn't matter if you're finding yourself challenged in witnessing that which I invite you to see. What's most important is that your mind's eye reflects the emotions that are covered by the instructions and requests and invitations that I make now in this time, as we start by breathing in through the nose, filling the stomach and filling the chest. Allowing ourselves to be filled up now with a yummy, warm, delicious energy of higher love and vibration. And hold, 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 release. Breathe out now and relax as you empty your lungs, releasing all that doesn't serve this opportunity to expand. And as your lungs empty, leave them empty. Now, breathing in once more, filling the stomach, filling the chest, allowing your heart to be warmed by the oxygen that you're inhaling into your body. Hold. And as you hold, imagine the number 3. Breathe out. 3, 3, 3. And as your lungs empty, allow them to remain empty and relax. Breathing in once more, filling the stomach, filling the chest, reigniting that flame, bringing your awareness to the center of your chest. Imagine the number 2. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe out. 2, relax. 2, drop in now. 2, and allow your lungs to remain empty. Breathing in once more, finding the rhythm of filling your stomach, filling your chest, reconnecting to the joy of this presence in the center of your chest, awakening the heart as you hold and imagine a beautiful plant or flower. Any is okay. Hold, hold, breathe out and relax, relax, relax. And allow yourself now to follow your own rhythm, pausing, exploring and enjoying the space between the in-breath and the out-breath, filling the stomach, filling the chest, but allowing your awareness now to come with me, following the shape and the sound and the rhythm and the curve of my words as I invite you to bring your awareness to the top of your head now. And as your awareness finds itself there on the top of your head, may it be a tingle, a warmth, an awareness, a knowing that your attention is called in, focused and gathered here at the top of your head. And as you stand at the top of your head, looking down into the valley of infinity, notice that a spiral staircase is before you now. And then it leads here from your head down into the center of your chest. A green box. See it? And notice the excitement that fills you at the prospect of moving down this staircase here and now and into this green box as I count descending numbers, each one gathering you with more excitement, more wonder, more intrigue, more desire to be present, fully aware, embodied and wholly present in this green box in the center of your chest. 10, descending the staircase now. 9,
releasing all cares and worries. 8, 7, 6, 5, safe, secure, at peace and relaxed. 4, 3, going deeper now. 2, moving into the chest. 1, and relax. Notice how good it feels to experience yourself in your favorite, most familiar, most expansively wonderful meditation position here in the green box in the center of your chest. Allow your body now to connect to the feeling and experience of the most beautiful meditation that you have ever had. Notice it, be it, embody it here in the green box in the center of your chest. And as you witness yourself as a projection of your projection, here, meditating in the center of your chest, notice that your level of presence, your level of peace, your level of wonder, your level of magic expands tenfold. And feel the center of your chest as you sit here in the center of your chest. And allow that feeling to compound the feeling in the center of your chest as you expand that tenfold feeling tenfold more and relax and go deeper. And notice that the body of you sitting energetically in the expression of the body of you also has a sensation at the top of its head. As I count from 5 to 1, that expression goes even deeper into the heart of the heart, feeling the expression of you in the box, stepping into the heart of you in the box. 5, going deeper. 4, reconnecting. 3, embodying. 2, transcending. 1, relax. And notice now the depth of peace, the intensity of silence, the oneness and wholeness that you experience here, connected with you, connected with you, connected with the very heart of God, the universe, source. And allowing that connection to strengthen now. Allowing the flow of emotion to fill you now as you. Unbound by the narratives and stories of your physical world. Experience a pure, unimpeded and unbridled connection to wholeness. Allow your heart within your heart to feel now. And allow the heart within your heart to communicate with your heart and your heart to speak to you as you. Feel and witness the river of loving, joyful, expansive and uplifted emotion flowing through you, from you and to you, now. And relax. Allow the clothes on your back, the floor beneath you, any sounds around you to carry you more deeply into a void of infinite, expansive, pure potential. As this entire scene turns to black now and you unfold effortlessly and deliciously into a space of pure and infinite potential. Now. And relax. And allow this unfolding to spread from your heart into your chest, stomach, abdomen, shoulders, up your neck, down your arms, thighs, back, knees, elbows, chin and face, forearms, hands, fingers, calves, shins, feet, toes, head, every part of you enveloped and consumed with this expansion of pure creative potential. Tied, unbridled, unfettered, unbound, and perfect. Allow love to be your vibration now as you consume all incoherent frequencies that stand between you and the most expansive potentials. You manifest only that which is your highest and greatest good. Your world is taking care of you. You are love, you are loved, and you are lovable. And this space of love sets the landscape of perfect manifestation in your experience. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and abundantly happy. Breathe that in now. Allow these words to carry the power of creation as you start to connect back with your physical reality, unfolding from the quantum back into the physical, embodying this new vibrational frequency. Allow it to imprint on your DNA. Allow it to unwrap you, to be the very fibre of your being. Oneness with your true space. Wholeness, connection to source. Comfort in silence, a listening ear. Loving expansion, creative perfection. As I count now, embody this more as you unfold from the darkness and silence back into the light. 1, 2, coming up slowly now. 3, wiggling fingers and toes. 4, ready to kick the butt out of life. 5, wide awake, in perfect health, feeling better than before, ready to experience all that life has to bring to you. Hey you guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. I'm just going through the comments. Hi Roxana, hi Deirdre, hi Florence, hi Miranda, hi Ben, hi Hilary, hi Asta, hi Max, hi Miranda, hi Karen, hi Carol, hi Deborah, hey L-Dubs, hey Jules, hey Selena, hey Mel, hey Lisa, hey Catherine, hey Jessica, hey Kathy. Thank you so much for joining live. It means so much to me that you would tune in and stay. Also, those of you who were with us but didn't pop up in the comments, I'm sorry, I can only see the names of people who commented, but I appreciate you also. I'd like to take time for questions now. If you've got questions, pop them in the comments. I'm going through them now. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, welcome. Good evening from Cabo to you in Phillip Island, Miranda. First time, thanks for coming in, Florence. Pleasure to have you. We are here the same time every week. We'll be here next week with another visualization, some more teaching, another gift, and some more question time. Don't beat yourself up, Hillary. There's a lot of people that want to do more meditating. If you can come next week, you'll probably be really well supported by that, because I will actually be talking about how to do more of what we think we want to do, but we don't actually do. Celebrating you being a meditator, Max. Thanks, Miranda. Peace of mind, a really great tool. And yeah, meditation does give us a break and clear our heads. And we can relax and find answers, Deirdre. Very true. But it's important that we ask questions. And yes, Asta, connection with spirit, very, very important to plug in. Need to stop, take a moment, no matter where I am. Yeah, the thing is, meditation is something you don't need to close your eyes and sit on a mat. You know, meditation is something that you can do as you walk through your day. Your entire life can be a meditation. That's the powerful thing of it. Anchors me, deepening the earth and answers, opens up the energy of the universe. Absolutely love that, Carol. It's a feeling. Thanks, Deborah. Yeah, I do try to be serious. Lisa Winnock, who's on this, she's in my group coaching. I was singing today on the group coaching call. We have fun. Fun's important. It keeps us elevated. That's right. How we're feeling now is setting the landscape for what we'll experience later on. It is, Miranda. Life is what we make it. Law of Vibration is a great one. I think last week what I gave away was the Universal Laws videos that I've done. I think. And if I haven't done, you can go to dreamwithdan.com/laws and see the series of videos that I made around universal law. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Mel. Really appreciate that. Love to you as well, L-Dubs. A lot of love here going. You've got Tina and Tim and Jules sending love back and forth. I want a little bit. Oh, thank you, L-Dubs. Yeah. It's an honor to serve you guys. Thanks, Lisa. Be sure to come back next week and share this with a friend. The more people that know about this, the more people who can get something from this. Hi, Catherine. Thank you for joining us. And hi from Melbourne. I know you guys are having a bit of a tough time right now. Hopefully what we're going to talk about next week will support you guys too. Hello from the Gold Coast. Yeah, I came to Venture too late. No, you didn't, Kathy. You can watch the replay. I've done a couple of shows now. I think this is show number 3. And we're going to be here the same time every week. Thanks, Antoinette. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this is an Aussie channel. So I love Aussies. We've got a few Aussies in like my mastermind and programs now. You guys kick butt. It's amazing. Absolutely love it. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Amy. Yeah, my assistant Amy's here watching. Love you, Amy. Thanks for everything you do. Looking forward to more. Thank you, Jules. Please do share. And thank you, Connie, for tuning in from Melbourne. So again, guys, this is an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have around what I've spoken about today, or even in other shows that we've done. We're here every week with the Beyond Magic show. Like I said, next week we're going to be talking about something to do around the mind. We're going to be talking about the firewall and how to bring down the firewall so that we can download our movies and watch them in grace and ease. And we'll talk about other stuff too. That's what we're going to be talking about next week. Because if you've got no more questions, I've got nothing more to say. So I'm going to go and let you guys get on with your day. It's been a pleasure sharing time and space with you guys today. Please, if you're watching this on the replay, do. Let us know that you watch it on the replay. Let us know what we can do to ensure that this show is serving you guys at the highest level. Looking forward to being here the same time next week. We're going to be going into the mind and bringing down the firewall that stands between us and watching the movies that we want to watch. And yeah, until next time, keep dreaming with your eyes open. I encourage you all to allow this show to be something that empowers you to start choosing to live more abundant, joyful, purpose-driven lives. That's what I'm all about. I do have a free Facebook group that is in the description. Technically, I do, Jules. Maybe we'll look at that later. Definitely pop that in my inbox as well if it's something that you want to talk about later. We can speak specifically about healing. My Dream with Dan group, I do live shows in there and live podcasts and masterclasses and stuff. And I've got a really cool 5-day challenge on manifesting abundance, which is pretty cool. dreamwithdan.com/free-resources. I'll pop that in the comments. That's today's free gift. Go and get the intention setting cheat sheet. I look forward to hearing stories from you next week about what you've been creating. Until then, once again, keep dreaming with your eyes open. Love you guys and bye for now.